on January 9th, man, I'm on a high. And then for this week to happen, I was so embarrassed. I'm gonna show you a little recap of my January 2026 trading month. Now, it was a very emotional month. I made my biggest trades I've ever made, as well as my biggest losses that I've ever made. And I learned a lot of lessons along the way. I'm gonna go ahead and filter this from January 1st to January 31st. Had a red month, the biggest red month I've ever had in my life. $3,204.50 in the negative. I took 19 trades. My net daily P&L, as you can see, terrible. Look, my wins are half the size of my big losses. That already tells you how bad it was. I was up, if you look at the daily net cumulative P&L, I was up to $3,524 at one point, which is amazing. And as you can see, I was constantly up throughout the month. So it wasn't like I had any big dips. I was up until the 11th. And then I started to just really take some L's, and you can see this downtrend just, really took me out. I've been used to trading about $100 to $200 positions. 2026, I started trading bigger, more contracts, more of the micro contracts. Before I was only trading about 1 to 3 micro contracts. I went up to a full gold contract, which is a $100 move per point versus a $10 move per point. So that was a huge change for me with the profit and loss. I started getting $500 trades, $600 trades, $1,000 trade. My first $1,000 trade was pretty epic. I was super excited. I ended the week with a 2.68K week, which was insane to me. I was on top of the world. I could not believe how great this was going. I was nervous about when that red day was going to come. It ended up coming the next week, and it was a significant, huge loss, $2,200. The next day I recovered. I made $1,000. Amazing. Then I lost again. $3,000 in one trade. Again, another $3,000 loss. So look at these huge losses. 2,000, 3,000, 3,000. What was I thinking? And I was only making $1,500 or $600. That was a really bad week for me. It was tough mentally. Next week, I implemented some new rules and I followed them for the most part. I was taking a lot smaller position size, netting again about $100 to $200, maybe $300. This trade for 267 is actually pretty funny. I went to the hospital to get checked out because my doctor was planning on inducing me at that point. And I took this trade at the hospital, which was pretty cool. I ended up being able to go home, but then I got admitted to the hospital on that Sunday, the 25th. And then I had my son on the 27th. And then I haven't taken any trades since then. I did start to recover a little bit. But really what I did was I ended up journaling. I went through every single trade that I took that month. I analyzed every single trade. I'm going to show you what my thought process was. How many contracts, what was my P&L, realized, and what was my profit target, my risk and stop loss, what was my planned and realized R multiple. There I wanted to see, am I taking 1R trades? Am I taking 2R trades? Or am I taking less than 1R trades? And then I went back and I reviewed the trade to see if it played out and if it ended up hitting my original take profit or if I would have gotten stopped out. I realized that my problems started at the beginning of the month. And yeah, it looks great because I made 500, 600, 1,000. But truthfully, I wasn't obeying my rules. I was either taking profit way too early because of the amount that I was up, or I wasn't even letting the trade fully play out, which means that the realized R multiple was way less than 1R because I wasn't giving myself time to even reach 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio that I was looking for. So this was probably the best trade I took out of all these trades, even though it was the smallest. I went through every single trade and looked at how it played out after I closed it out to see, did it hit my profit target or would I have gotten stopped out? And what I realized is that if I would have followed my original profit targets and stop losses, the ones that I actually planned, I would have been up 5,000. So that was a huge realization for me to understand that I need to follow my rules. Number one, I'm sizing way too big because I know that if those plays didn't work out, they ended up working out majority of the time, but if they didn't, I would have blown my entire account in a matter of 2 to 3 trades. 2, I need to follow my plan. If I'm going to set a stop loss, I need to be okay with that loss and I need to set the limit order and let it play out. Let the take profit play out and stop taking profits so early. That's my month. Hopefully my February recap is a lot better. It was really hard to stomach this loss. You can imagine, on January 9th, man, I'm on a high. I'm feeling so freaking good. I'm like, yeah, I'm made to trade. I'm made to do this. Finally, it's all paying off. And then for this week to happen, I was so embarrassed. Now it's just about getting back in the game slowly but surely, because also I have my little Levi that, takes priority right now. But the great thing about trading is that I am able to do both both. And I'm sitting here right now, I just nursed him, and I've been able to record this video just like I could take trades. So we'll see how the journey goes, and we will go from there. Thanks for watching.